It gives each individual educator an insight on the type of learners he or she is going to be teaching. If you want to see the kind of kids that you're going to get, go into the dashboard. You're going to see how they were performing in that particular subject the previous year. It will even show you which topics were problematic. So that it says, without even doing a baseline, you have a problem coming your way. Then fasten your seatbelt, apply all the pedagogies. Remember, we spoke about teacher methodologies in the beginning to try to remedy the problems. Colleagues, what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to say, you have the dashboard that can guide you live and make it easier if you apply it. It gives a comparative analysis in terms of each individual learner attainment age and attendance. I've already spoken to this one. It guides the type of support required. A progressed learner who's continuously absent and a progressed learner who is always present are supported differently, right? The one who's always absent, we have to involve the parents, the social workers, the community, and even pray for that child, right? And then, the one who is always at school, willing, but just struggling, those kids are supported differently. You can have your cross nines. That particular learner you're looking for, you won't find, right? So it also shows you such trends. It guides the type of support. I've already spoken to this. It reflects the performance of overage learners. Human resource requirements, age distribution of staff, and educator absenteeism patterns. Principals, go into your dashboard tonight and go into educator portal. And it's going to say, one of your best Afrikaans teacher is 62. And you do not have, and that person is teaching grade 12 or grade 6, and you do not have plan B. Do you know how difficult it is to get an Afrikaans teacher? How difficult it is to get a Sesotho teacher in Tembisa? So already it says, start looking and preparing ahead. Because in 2-3 years, you lose that resource. Use that particular teacher as a mentor to get one little one from who's 26 to be as strong as he or she is. You see what I'm talking about? Yes. 2, already it says, I am going to lose 8 educators in a space of 3 years. You might find you have your 62, 63, and 10 of them. That's what the dashboard shows you. It's going to tell you how many are under 30, how many are under 45, how many are over 55, between 55 and 65, something along those lines. So if majority of your staff falls in the band of overage, or not overage per se, but on the age towards exit, start preparing, because you're going to lose highly skilled educators. People who have done the college education, not us who went into OBE and studied this and studied that and. How data makes a difference. Colleagues, data offers differentiated support. The dashboard gives a deeper analysis of each learner and calls for individualized intervention processes, reduced paperwork. Yes. This, I'll advocate for it any day. When the district needs any type of information, it is in the dashboard. They just do not want to go and look for it. They want us to go and tailor-make it to fit their templates. Yes. Now I'm talking about myself because I'm coming as well, right? So it focuses on our core business and has reduced both educator and SMT paperwork load. In your HODs, let me give you a secret. When you go to your meetings with your people or your team, pull up the dashboard. Speak only to the dashboard. Don't start stories and just pull up the dashboard to say, this is how we have performed. This was term 1, term 2, term 3. These are the plans. Can we prepare interventions? Can we meet again to mediate the interventions? Meeting agenda. You are the best HOD ever.
Yeah. Wow.
flexible. I can talk about the performance of the school from anywhere through the use of one single tool. Data is kept remotely over the years. When you want to sell your school to the donors, because one of the biggest things that CDBM we got right was to get a lot of sponsors. You sell that school, you use the dashboard. Those beautiful trends and colors don't speak about we are in the heart of the township, speak about learner performance, things we have achieved, and pull those charts in a very big meeting with businessmen and businesswomen. Showcase how good the school is. You will get them. Educator profiling and subject allocation. Results analysis informs and influences educator subject allocation. I am able to track an educator performance using the dashboard. It informs where an educator should be allocated. Suggestions to my fellow educators. I'm going to say, work smart. Now that we can use data, reports are available at the click of a button. Colleagues understand the trends. Analyzing data assists in checking the attendance and performance trends. Thirdly, make data-driven decisions. Informed decisions can be made to support interventions through the use of data. Promote easy accountability. Engagements and reports from school to district level are very easy to consolidate. Use the overview that the dashboard provides. Based on the data captured on SSMs, one has an overview of any school and can analyze details before engaging with the SMT or the rest of the staff. Attend webinars. They offer training. In conclusion, let me tell you of our 4 steps to the dashboard success. Quality data. Ensure that your SSMs is clean. Get educator buy-in. Make sure that everybody has credentials for the dashboard at your school. Get educator support so that when you engage, you speak in one word. Identify gaps. Sometimes there's errors that you need to identify. Colleagues, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lineo. That was a very, very interesting talk and valuable information and also very practical advice. We thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions to Dr. Lineo?
I was trying to run away.
Not gonna happen.
This was really, really insightful, and I didn't even know this tool existed. So this is really good to see. In terms of having the data available and the dashboard is fantastic. What about data to actually access this dashboard? So one question is, do we know how many schools still require connectivity? And then the other thing I want to say is, at Vuma we connect any school, any registered primary and high school to a free 1 gig line. So the school doesn't pay anything. I really would encourage everybody in this room and all your friends and colleagues to go onto our website and have a look to see if you fall within our coverage area. There is an email address that you can send your request to, and we will connect. So in terms of connectivity to the school, that gets taken care of, which will make this easier to access. So please, I really do encourage you guys. We've already got about 850 schools connected. I would love to take this message to the schools that we have connected and work with the department to see if we can help drive uptake and usage of this. So a contact would be amazing. This is brilliant. And yeah, sorry, just the last thing. You were talking about reading to understand, and you spoke specifically to maths as an example. Something interesting that we found at one of the schools that have a digital library that we donated or donated, is that the teachers thought the kids were having issues with their STEM subjects because they didn't understand the concepts and the content. What actually emerged afterwards is that the kids understood the concepts, but they didn't understand the language, so they couldn't answer the questions. So we put the libraries in the schools because we wanted the learners to benefit from it. What ended up happening is that the teachers actually started benefiting because they restructured their classes to address the reading to understand parts of it. And there's one school in particular in the Eastern Cape that went up from, I think the grade 3s went up from 46% reading to understand to over 90%. Pass rates in matriculants, for matriculants in another school went up from 56%, one school, to 100%. So I really, really do encourage you guys, please go and have a look and reach out if you do fall within our coverage area.
Amazing. Colleagues, we're at the right place at the right time, right?
Yes.
I'm not even going to say anything because there was no question. It was just to add on what I said. I wouldn't know how many schools are. The issue is, my colleagues will help me, is the department wants each school to have some sort of a data, kind of a portal or a bundle to use. But some schools still are not using SASMs, especially ex-model Cs. They still have their own, but the data is still consolidated. I don't know principals from ex-model Cs. I know it was quite a very tricky one, but I know all of us here, we kind of follow the same direction. But I love the idea of getting a sponsorship in terms of the increase in terms of connectivity. Beautiful.
Lovely. Please, can I ask any other questions, comments? Any of you want to share your experience with SASMs, challenges you faced? There we go. I'm on my way to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nambai Rusi Koloko, the principal of Country Primary School in Soshanguri. My question is that, Dr. Lineo Kolobe, why is the department taking time in approving? Like you are saying, as the principal, we are foreseeing that this language is dying in my school. For instance, let me give you an example of my school. It's a dual school, Setswana and Sepedi, but gradually Setswana is dying. I've got more learners of Tsonga, and then I've applied for that because I foresee that this Setswana is bringing my performance or my results down. But the department is still stuck to say it's a Setswana and Sepedi school, and I'm surrounded by the Tsongas, and then 60% of my learners have made a research, they are the Tsongas. So why is the department taking so long? As the principal, we are trying to be proactive by seeing things, as you have said, but the department doesn't approve that. It means that it's failing us. Thank you very much.
Colleagues, principals, who wants to help with answering this one? It's a hard one because it's a problem we all share. I would also even say to you, to even add on what you said, is there's also another conversation that I don't want to open where we are saying, if we use one home language, why can't we use it throughout the child's learning years? Why should we transition from home language in grade 3 to 4? Why can't we use English from grade 1 to grade 7 so that that transition for us township schools is not that difficult? So those are the conversations. There's a language committee that has just been set that is looking into such. But I don't want to go deeper and give wrong information. But I'm going to say it's conversations that needs to be had, and it's us principals who need to drive those conversations. I'm just trading on that one.
Okay, colleagues. Because I've spoken earlier on, I don't have to greet again. Let me just try to answer my learned colleague behind me to say, phasing out a subject or a language is a policy matter. There are time frames that a school needs to follow for you to phase out a subject when you introduce another one. I think it's 18 months that the school has to do in applying and following up consultative route and the likes until. But then seeing the presentation of Triple D, if maybe the school is not using it. I think in Johannesburg South, where I come from, we are very smart principals and managers. We are very smart. Every second, our district is divided in 3 seconds. Every second has got champions, Triple D champions. Next to me here, I'm sitting with my learned colleague who's also a champion in the primary school, Madam Abigail. And I'm the secondary school principal who's a champion who will be leaving them. In few days' time, I will be joining the district team as a cluster leader. So, Triple D, Dr. Lineo, what you said is what groomed us at Johannesburg South. That you become so smart even when you speak to the parents. You don't have to have a lot of paperwork to tell the parents about. You want to tell them why a grade 11 learners, most of the grade 11 learners are not doing so well in a particular subject. You just go into Triple D, you highlight the term status, and then you click out those that have been promoted, that have progressed 2-3 years ago, and then you bring those learners into a picture of the parent. You show them that we are having this result as a result of where we come from. And it goes without saying, even when you design your intervention programs, you're not gonna go wrong when you use, when you use that tool. It's so user-friendly. But then we become cautious as managers. You don't just put everybody, doctor, in Triple D because it's got people's personal information on it. We've got people that come from a very different setup that can clone your information, give it to people that will hack you. So we use departmental heads and to say, these people, they become, if each department is represented in the Triple D, you make it a point, you train them very close to say, your meetings should be data-driven. You don't go there and started gossiping about colleagues. Let's discuss results, because that's the core business of the school anyway. Our interactions outside the school is something else. So we become very cautious when who we put we give credentials to have access to Triple D as managers. I'm not sure if we are being very too careful or we are depriving others information, but that's the route that we thought that just to protect everybody else, let her also have some boundaries that who can access information and who cannot access information. But at the end of the day, we encouraging each and every educator to say, if you don't know your learners, to know them better, you have to look into Triple D and then look at the learner chart. We encourage them mostly to use learner chart because it's very colorful, color-coded, everything, and then it's easy to work with. Thank you so much.
Good morning once more, colleagues. I just want to give my smaller piece of advice to my colleague there who was talking about the changing of languages. I remember in one of the schools we had the same situation. She has to engage the IDSO and the SGB. You need to write a motivational letter to the IDSO together with the SGB, and then give reasons why you want that. And then with those reasons, remember the SGP has the mandate to start the language because that is the community around the school, and that can be given if you follow the procedure. We follow the procedure, and the letter was given to the director, and we were given the second language at my previous school. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else? Okay. Dr. Lineo says she wants to respond to something. Let's just give her a chance.
Colleagues, under overview, there's a far tag of an eye. When you click that eye, there's a user manual at the bottom. When you click that user manual, and then it says add a credentials of another educator, it gives you options. HOD, deputy principal, and an educator. When you're an educator, there are certain things you do not have access to when you click on them. When you're the principal, you can have access to the whole school, including attendance and. Also, when there's another link, when you click on it, it says the district official. As a principal, you cannot get that information because it's for other schools. So it depends on how you input your participants. Then it will give you to say, where is this? If it's an HOD, what she sees is lesser than what the principal sees. So it is somehow protected. Colleagues, I think I'm done. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lineo. We are going, I just want to hear, are there any more comments or questions regarding the data decision? I've got a question here or a comment.
I just wanted to ask, morning colleagues. I just wanted to ask Dr. Lineo, normally I attend the webinars I attended yesterday for Learner Charts. I wanted to request that they move their time of presentations from 11, 12 to at least in the afternoon because it's not working. We are in class and on duty and doing other stuff. Can they move it to the afternoon, please?
Dr. Lineo, she says noted. Thank you, ma'am. Any other question? Any comment?